Good morning.
Morning.
Welcome to In the Morning with Megan and Eric. I'm Megan. He's Eric.
I'm Eric.
Today we're going to be taking a look at the intranet.
Intranet? Are you saying that right, Megan?
I am, Eric. Intranet versus internet.
Well, that sounds fascinating.
Doesn't it? The first thing we're going to do is talk about how to log into the intranet.
Well, let's get to it.
All right, Eric. So the first thing you have to do is you have to have been employed with us since 2010 when we launched the internet. You have to find that email from 2010, click on it. If you're lucky enough to have someone who sent you an email since then, you might be able to find a newer email. But you go into that email, you find the link, and you click on it.
Well, that sounds terrible. What if I told you?
Why is that terrible? That's how I get onto the internet.
What if I told you I could get you on the intranet in just 3 clicks?
I would say I've wasted more of my life than I care to admit.
Oh, Megan, don't say that.
Well, what do you got, Eric? How do I get onto the intranet in 3 clicks or less?
Good question. Let's take a look at... All right, we have our CES homepage, which I assume would be the homepage you have when you click on the big blue E.
Oh, sure. Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I've got.
So,
I'm sure every one of our viewers today has the same homepage.
All right. So what you do is you just navigate to the left where everything is for our employees, and you go, look at that. It's in alphabetical order. Just click on Intranet. And look at that. It's ready to log you in. There's my name. I'll just put in my password.
You won't see it because you did application on there.
Okay. Well, I'll just put in my password.
Eric, how do I know which password to put in?
Well, you want to use your cooperative extension password, which would be different than your local computer password, which if I shared the entire screen and not just the application window, you would be seeing right now. Unfortunately, my visual cue is not working at all, but that's what happens in the morning. Also, my sound effect cue that says in the morning is not working, but that would have been super clever.
It would have.
You know what we say, better late than never. In the morning. All right. So here we are at our intranet. Is there some place that we want to go? Jeez.
Well, now that we are successfully logged into the internet, let's talk about some search options on the intranet.
Are you sure you're saying that right?
I caught myself. Our intranet now has a wonderful search option that actually does lots of different things for you. So as you can see, we have this nice landscape, and that's how you know you're in the right place. Picture subject to change. So the first thing we're going to look for is we're going to look up WNEP, and I want you to put it in just like that.
WNEP.
I know. It's not right anymore. But hang on. The internet knows all.
What?
So when we typed in WNEP, the internet actually is going to bring up FoodWise for us.
It's that smart?
It's that smart. Well,
Amazing.
It's not that smart. Kevin and Deanna upstairs in our office are that smart. But they have built in lots of different functionalities so that you only have to sort of know what you're talking about. So in the case of WNEP, it's going to bring up FoodWise, and you'll notice if you scroll down a little bit, the first several things include reporting, the policies, the old site, pretty much anything you would need, the major things that are hosted on our intranet for UW Extension and our FoodWise folks. Beneath, you'll see other documents with the words WNEP in them, because that's the actual search term that we looked for. You could search for just about anything, and you're gonna get some results. So Eric, why don't we go on to our next helpful search term, which is travel.
Oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
ETRs?
ETRs.
Oh, those are the worst.
No, they're amazing. What are you talking about?
I guess I just don't get to travel that much.
Oh, when you get to travel, you get good at them. And if you're not, we have a wonderful, wonderful people around UW Extension to help you figure them out. Shout out to Jennifer and Ingrid for all your many hours of help.
Well, you know what happens in the morning sometimes? Things just don't go the way you want them to. Look at that.
Oh, okay.
When
well,
you hit the microphone, you find out that it's a magnifying glass, and magnifying glasses make things clearer.
All right. So now that we've searched for travel, we have right beneath the starred the starred places, we have travel reimbursement, the actual resources. Above that, you'll notice that that's been starred as something that is important. So go ahead, actually, Eric, and click on the travel reimbursement resources, the second one. I just want to point out a few things because this can be extremely helpful. One, it talks about exactly what the system is for receiving reimbursements. And if you scroll down a little bit, it's actually going to give you all of the frequently used funding strings. So every time you don't have to call the program support person and ask them what the funding string is or dig up that agenda. Well, you'll probably have to dig up the agenda anyway because attachments. But in the meantime, you can at least know the funding string so that you are sending your ETRs to the right place and getting them reimbursed that much faster.
So Megan, it seems like the intranet here is replacing a lot of the Post-its that I have around my monitor.
Yeah, in fact, the internet has all kinds of useful resources to do just that. Let's go back up. And can you go back for me one page, Eric? I just want to show the UW TravelWise link will actually take you to foxworldtravel.com outside of our intranet so that you can log into your reimbursements. So if for some reason you're not at your desk or you don't have this page bookmarked or the page changes, we will update those things on the intranet so that you can get your money and you can get it in a reasonable time period.
I can get paid?
You can, Eric, but only if you travel. All right, so going back, our next search term is going to be publications. All right, Eric, here you can see all the various things that have been starred as far as publications go in Extension. Extension publications includes several things, including our actual publishing unit, as well as our learning store and our various resources across Extension. You can even find the learning store on Facebook. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
I didn't know that either until I searched for publications on the intranet.
Fancy.
All right.
I forgot to hit the cool search music. That's the searching theme. This worked way better in rehearsal. Okay.
I also wanted to mention when it comes to searching, A lot of times people will call either myself or Eric and tell us or let us know that they can't find something. So they know it was there yesterday. And it was on the old site that's been mostly debunked and is in some corner of the internet. And today that corner of the internet seems to be gone. It's not gone. It's just much more searchable, pretty, and indexed now on the intranet. So if you ever can't find something on the regular old Google internet search, go to the intranet and try searching there. Chances are you're going to find what you're looking for.
Nice tie-in.
Thank you.
That was good.
All right, so moving on, we're going to do one more search term, and that's counseling. Eric, I think you spelled it right. Nice. Nope.
Oops.
But the internet. Boy, now we both know I am a terrible speller. And we know that even if you happen to be a terrible speller just like me, that the intranet is going to help you figure out what it thinks you meant. So I want to just point out a couple of things. We have Life Matters, our employee assistance program, as well as the peer support network. All right. Hang on, Eric. Let's not be totally done with search. Let's throw some acronyms at it.
Perfect.
Because I don't know if you've noticed, but extension has an acronym or two built in. And I myself don't know what all of them are, and I occasionally feel a little silly about that because I should know them all, but I don't. So.
What were you thinking?
Well, I'm thinking that if I try to Google them, Google's just going to laugh at me.
Oh, that's the worst.
I know. Google laughs at me quite a bit. Especially for spelling. But let's see if the intranet can help us out with a couple of those. So let's try Cassie.
Cassie?
Yeah, it's this cool new girl down in publishing.
Oops. Oh, the Committee on Academic Staff Issues?
Good call. That seems to be what Cassie stands for. As well as right beneath it, being able to log into the Committee for Academic Staff Issues and be able to search for what some of those issues might be for current or incoming academic staff. What else? What else do we have when it comes to some crazy acronyms?
WASAC?
WASAC, good one.
Oh, the Wisconsin Associated County Extension Committees? Well, that just rolls right off the tongue.
It does, doesn't it? I'd also like to mention, as we are doing this, that we have some active live chat going on. Really, it's just Kevin so far. Thank you, Kevin. But if anyone else would like, to, that's essentially our call-in line because we don't so much have a phone line.
Oh, that works.
But if you have questions, comments, or thoughts, if you want to add those via live chat, we would be thrilled to answer them. Or if you happen to have an acronym that you want to see if only if you spell it correctly. If you want to see if we can find that acronym, please let us know.
All right, so it's 10:15, time for Weather on the Fives. We are in a windowless room in the basement of the Pyle Center. So I'm guessing it's pretty nice out there. Of course, cooler by the lake. If we take a look at traffic, there's lots of cars on the road this morning. Not so many on the sidewalk, which is good for travelers. You might want to give yourself some extra time to deal with the construction that should be finished sometime 2030, 2040 AD. Back to you, Megan.
All right, we have our first live chat. So we have, can you show us how to find SharePoint groups for documents and such? We will definitely go into how to do some of the workspaces in just a moment. Before we do that, let's check out the One-Stop Shop Employee Handbook.
Right here on our intranet homepage under lead, we have, because we all learn lead and serve.
In theory, yes.
Oh, on a daily basis, Megan.
Sorry.
On a daily basis.
Eric, I think we're doing all four right now.
I think you're absolutely right. So the employee handbook is great because it covers all the things that you need to know. If you can't Google it, if you can't remember where it was, if you're just starting out and you need a name badge, that comes up a lot. How to get into travel wise.
Eric, can I search within the employee handbook if I'm looking for something specific?
That's a good question.
I think I can over on the right-hand side, which is a little bit different search. It's going to only search the employee handbook, or so Kevin tells me.
That's right. That's absolutely right and a true fact.
So let's search for something kind of random that I wouldn't know where to look for it. How about our concealed weapons policy?
Oh.
Another delightful spelling endeavor.
Oh, do you have to
Oh,
there it is.
There it is. Sorry, it's just something random that I wouldn't even know where to start looking for that. Is that in HR? Is that in buildings and procedures? I have no idea.
Well, that's interesting, Megan, because it's actually a budget document.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yep, where's our sad trombone music? Wah, wah, wah.
All right, we also have a couple requests for the main search, Eric, so if we can take just a quick step back.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, the chat's jumping. Okay, so if we can search for academic department governments, or ADG, or just academic departments in general.
That sounds like three different things.
We'll do academic departments.
Oh, poor Mr. Wildey. My typing teacher is rolling over in his grave.
Oh, there we have all of our academic departments.
That's amazing.
It knows what you're thinking, even if you don't know exactly what you're thinking yourself.
Is that what precog is?
Well, I think it's as close as we can come on the wonderful intranet.
In the morning. Sounds good.
Okay.
Looks like and sounds like the chat is blowing up over there, Megan. What's going on?
It is. We have our first connectivity issue. Sadly, Bonnie is experiencing some blurry screens. I'm sorry, Bonnie. My best guess is intranet connection. Not intranet, but internet connection. Go ahead and see if you can adjust your bandwidth, or see if you might be able to log into a more secure form, or a more solid form of internet. We have a question from Aaron. You want to do stop screen share?
Do I?
We have a question from Aaron that says, how do you update your own expertise info in the staff directory? Which is a great question, as well as a pretty exciting precursor to our next Tech Tuesday. You cannot actually update your own information in the staff directory. Only program area people, and at this time, regional program associates can do that for you. So what does that mean you have to do?
You have to contact your regional OPA?
Yep,
Or-
your regional person or your program area, or, Eric can do it too.
I can totally do that.
So send us those expertise and we will update them in the staff directory for you. All right, what else do we have, Eric?
What else do we have? Good question.
Wow, it's more chat
Is
than
it
I've ever
blown up?
seen. Oh, it is. So let's go back to some screen share, and we are going to search for a list of committees can be found by searching committees. So let's go in and see what that looks like. So we are searching for committees.
Oof. Yeah.
Let's see if the intranet knows what you mean. I think you spelled it right, though. Excellent.
Oh, cooperative extension committees. Look at that.
Wow.
What a nice organized list. And I bet if I click on these little green pluses, it expands to the purpose and members. Look at that. And they have don't look at that. That's a private website.
Well, it's really nice that it tells you it's a private website, though, so you can request.
Super nice.
And if you look above, you should be able to request access from members of that particular committee.
Gosh, Megan, is there anything the intranet can't do?
It can't make me waffles.
No, but you know who can? Dean Carl Martin.
He can make waffles.
He makes a mean Belgian waffle.
Yes, he does. Okay, moving on. Let's talk a little bit about the Educational Resource Library.
Let's.
So we're going to go back to the actual homepage of the intranet and scroll down. And the Educational Resource Library is naturally going to be under Teach. So chances are you've heard about this at some conference you have been to in the past year, 2 years. So the Educational Resource Library is a great place to find scholarly work of your peers, tools, curricula, or other things to improve your programming. So you need something that's research-based for Cloverbud Day Camp you're running next week. You can take a look and see if anyone has a research-based lesson plan for you. Cloverbud. We'll make it easy for the intranet. Cloverbud newsletters, leader training, database of searchable activities. The internet has got you covered.
That's amazing, Megan.
And it's not just for 4-H either. There's several different, it is for multiple program areas. Okay, so we have our next question. Can you walk us through the marketing kit? It's a bit confusing, and how can I really use it? Seems like research. Where do I get suggestions on marketing? So actually, could you go into the toolkit?
You bet. It's right there under.
Yeah, so you'll notice that at the top, it says last modified by Samantha Nash. Samantha Nash was our previous guest star on Tech Tuesdays last month. And Samantha would be happy to walk you through, well, I shouldn't speak for Samantha, but she's generally cheerful, and I'm sure would be happy to answer any of your marketing questions for you. She works in our marketing office within Extension.
Yes, Samantha is a great resource, and I believe Heidi sent out an email late last week, and again on Monday, about our marketing contacts.
Excellent. That's very timely of her.
She's on it.
It's almost like she knew we were doing Tech Tuesdays.
I believe she was CC'd.
Going to get that question.
I believe she was CC'd on the email.
So yep, here you have all the things you should, all the things we have available for marketing and promotions within UW Extension. All right. Keep those questions coming. Any other last minute questions? Otherwise, we are going to go to our very last segment, which is JSEP, Who Wore It Better? All right. So here we have 3 men who recently attended the 2017 JSEP conference, and
Who do
they.
we have?
All right. So what we're gonna have you do in the search is type in A, B, or C. Who wore a better JSEP edition?
Right. So with these, I'll say it, lovely gentlemen, all picked a very classy purple checkered shirt, but only one of them wore it better.
I don't know, Eric. Is that purple or blue? We might have to consult Facebook.
I believe it could
yellow
be,
or blue?
Oh, it might be like that dress
Yeah.
from a couple years ago.
No, I think it's blue.
All right.
Maybe it's purple. All right, we have a vote for C.
Is that Zen?
That is Zen.
Yeah. I can totally see that. He classed it up by wearing a tie, but he's not rocking the cuffs, which projects youth and vitality.
Oh, we have another vote for C.
All right. I guess the polls will stay open for the rest of our show, which is
the next 3 minutes.
Which is exactly 2 minutes.
Before we go, in addition to voting, are there any other questions that people have about the intranet, or things they would like us to go through, or places they would like to know exist on the intranet? Let us know.
In the morning.
Wait.
Para mañana.
Oh, Bonnie, we have some division.
Oh, some decisive votes?
Mm-hmm.
Is it hard to get consensus at Cooperative Extension?
I hadn't heard that.
I doubt that.
Yeah. We're always on the same page, Eric.
In the morning.
Oh.
Because you know what is the best part of webinars? Dead air.
Dead time.
Yes,
absolutely.
People love it.
I don't know, Eric. We have quite a grouping of votings that are coming in primarily Zen, although every candidate does have at least 1 vote.
You would think. I'd hate to think that not everybody in the entire organization is watching this, but I'm sure.
No, we have everybody.
That's could be.
Yeah, we're good.
All right. Well, do you want to call it?
Oh, Kevin wants to know what the winner gets.
Certificate TBD. That means to be designed.
We're totally going to send out the certificate
and
now.
bragging rights.
And bragging rights
for the rest of the year.
Yeah, in the first annual Who Wore a Better JSEP edition.
I like it.
All right, Zen, it looks like you are the winner. Congratulations on your to be designed certificate.
Yeah, check your mailbox.
Before we go, I'd like to mention, you want to do stop sharing? Before Eric and I head out, that would have been bad. We wanted to remind you of the upcoming Tech Tuesday, which will be featuring our very own Kevin.
Kevin Graham from Tech Services?
Kevin Graham from Tech Services.
Nothing but good things about that guy.
Yeah, he will be telling us a little bit about the staff directory. So if you want to hear more about its lovely update and redesign, courtesy of Kevin, come join us again for our next Tech Tuesday. I think there's a reason I wasn't in radio. I keep stuttering and not being able to speak very well. In the morning.
In the morning. Para mañana.
All right. And